Hello. Some of you may have seen my Insomniac and Madison videos. So, Insomniac by Memo Boy, and Madison by Orla Gartland videos. So they're kind of like some sort of obscure songs. They're kind of they're not super well known, and thus they didn't really have many like tutorials online about how to play them. So I kind of learned them by ear and by watching videos, and I made little tutorials on how to play them, and they did quite well. Madison did pretty good. I did two separate videos on how to play Madison, and they did quite well. And the Insomniac by Memo Boy, that video did nearly 4,000 views. So I'm thinking maybe I'd like to continue the trend of learning sort of semi-obscure songs by ear that don't really have tutorials and keep going with them. So in this scenario, I've learned a song by an artist that I really adore called Soccer Mommy from this album. This is Sometimes Forever. As you can see, I've met Soccer Mommy. I met her in a record shop when she was doing a record signing, and I got her to sign this copy of the record by me. This is a fantastic album, by the way. Probably the best of this year. If you were to ask me, I love this album to goddamn bits. So Sometimes Forever by Soccer Mommy. Check it out. So the song that I'm going to teach this time around is the ultimate song on the album. It is the last song. It's called Still. Now, Soccer Mommy plays in some bizarre tunings, as she mentioned to the crowd that I was in at the record shop in Brighton City in East Sussex, UK. I don't know why I was so specific, but she uses alternate tunings. She plays in the tuning open A, as well as a tuning I've never heard of before called Dad Cad, or at least that's what she called it anyway. It was kind of like Dad Gad, the tuning popularized by Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, except this time instead of D A D G A D, it is D A D C sharp A D. I don't know which of those two that she uses for this song. I imagine it's open A, as this song is in the key of A major. But in this case, we're going to be doing it in standard tuning because I want this to be sort of accessible, and I think it can sound just as good in standard tuning. So this song is called Still. It is the last song on Sometimes Forever, and it is beautiful, and I can't wait to show you. So this is how it goes. So yeah, some kind of odd chord shapes, but they're easy enough to play, and the ring finger stays in the exact same spot throughout the entirety of the song, and it's just that one chord progression over and over and over again. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first chord you're going to be playing is a G sus2 in this particular voicing. So we're going to have third fret on the E string with your middle finger, and we're going to mute the A string. There's no need for it. You could play the A string as well, but that interval at such a low frequency sounds a bit rough. So I think ideally we want to omit it. We're going to have the E open, or we're going to have the D string open. We're going to have our index finger on the second fret of the G string, and our ring finger on the third fret of the B string, and our ring finger is going to stay there the entirety of the time. So here's our strumming pattern for this. So that's rewind that bit, kind of like play along with that just to get the pattern down. So we're going to start by playing this. doing is we're playing our G sus2, and we're lifting our index finger off that G string to have it open. And that's essentially our riff. And that's kind of like the most memorable part of the song. So it's kind of important to get that down. So we want to kind of highlight that note as we strum. Best way to do that is kind of like strum those first down strums. Like that. And then the next bit, we're just kind of going to pick the open G with the E string. Like that. And we're kind of going to do that with the next chord as well, which is a D, but it is inverted. So we have an F sharp in the bass, the second fret of the E string, like that. So index finger, second fret of the E string. We're again going to mute the A string. We're going to have the D string open. We're going to have our middle finger on the G string, on the second fret. And as I've said before, our ring finger is staying exactly where we've first left it, so the third fret of the B string. And we're going to do the same strumming pattern. So all together we have this next bit. We're going to go to an E minor 7 chord, like that. Our ring finger stays exactly where we want it, on the third fret of the B. I'm not going to remind you again. I don't know why I keep saying it. And we're going to have our open E. We're going to have second fret of the A, second fret of the D, and we're going to keep that G string open. So, like that. So far. That, and then we're going to go to this D5 chord. So it's like a D, but I want you to omit that high string. As a matter of fact, I kind of want you to omit that high E string for the entirety of the song, really. So we're going to go open D, second on the G, third on the B. Then we're going to lift our ring or our index finger off again. So and we're going to do a bit of a weird chord here. I would guess this is also technically, a D chord. But I think I view it more like a B minor 7, almost like that. But in this case, where we're going from this D5, we put our ring finger down on the fourth fret of the D string, so that our bass note is this F sharp. Now, if you're worried about these low strings, you can put your thumb over the second fret of the E string, and that's also an F sharp. But I think that jump in octave makes it sound a little weird. So I think it is better just to see if you can get that F sharp on your pinky as the lowest note. But it's not detrimental. You can do it with this F sharp, this really low F sharp. But yeah, so where we're going. That note the lowest. So here we go all together. G sus2 to a D to an E minor, D5, D with the F sharp in the bass, like that. And then we're going to keep going, but this time we're going to take our index finger off the G string again. Our F sharp is still in the bass. Like that. And then we start again. So here we go. Whoops, excuse me. That's how you play Still by Soccer Mommy. Let me know if there's, you know, a song that, you know, that you can't really find how to play on the internet, and then, you know, comment it under this video. And who knows, maybe I'll get back to it, and maybe I'll make a video of the song. So hope you enjoy, hope you learned, and you know, good luck. It is a fantastic song, and I really hope you enjoy playing it.